We're trying to replace this valve cover gaskets set. Alright, here's my new set over here, just kind of waiting. But it's taking me almost all afternoon to get these old dry rotted gaskets out. You know, I've been using my my pick set, for the here my pick set for the main gasket, and then for these spark plug grommets, man, that one took me, you can see these, I've chewed them all up, trying to pull them out with the needle nose pliers here, and man, it really gave me a hard time. So what I ended up doing was taking a small pointed punch here. I got this from Harbor Freight in a 3-pack set, and literally just wedging it in, trying carefully not to hit the side, enough to kind of bend it inwards, and then once you get kind of a little divot there, you can then pull it, pull at it with some wire cutters, and that's how this happened. So I just kind of pulled it, started pulling on it, and then I twisted it, and then it kind of came right out after that. So if you're struggling with these little grommets here, getting them out, and getting all the old stuff out, I had to a good trick for getting all the sealant out. I used gasoline and rubbing alcohol, and then I used a wooden kind of coffee stirrer, and just went down the grooves with some steel wool and some sandpaper, and just kind of scrubbed on that for a while to make that nice and without gouging anything too badly. So just wanted to update anyone who's struggling with a 99 Accord or 98 to 2002 Accord valve cover gasket change. That's how I got the stuff out. So hey everyone, I figured I just, since I was moving on to the next one, I'll just show you guys quickly how I did this. So I punched my little punch in there. You can see how it's not even really touching the side, right? You don't really want to touch this edge if you can avoid it. So you punch it right there, kind of in the middle of the gasket, and just kind of wiggle it gently until you can get a little piece out that you can pull on. Once you do that, you just kind of work it. You can see the metal on the inside of the gasket, metal frame, I guess you could say. You just keep working at that. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera here. These things are a bear. There's another guy who does a video, and he's just like popping them out with, he just goes in here with a screwdriver like this and just, just pops them right out. But these are so dry rotted and stuck in there. So you can see it starting to fold now. Here it goes. Kind of roll it up, and it's out. There it is. So that's how I get them out. And there's a little kind of, I did mess it up here using other, trying to use that screwdriver method. I did little divots there, but that side's not the seal side. You want to worry about this side in here. You want to worry about this mating surface. So make sure you don't damage that. And if you do, like I scratched this a little bit, but a little, I'll use some like 400 grit sandpaper with some oil, and just really, these need to be cleaned up anyway. They're pretty grody looking. So yeah, so I'm just taking some multi-purpose grease here, axle grease, and just putting a real light coat on the outside of these spark plug grommets, and I don't know. I was looking at another guy's video and he was using like a socket to, you know, press them in. But I mean, they go in real easy if you just. I mean, I also kind of did like a little, real light, you know, sanding, but they looked pretty good. I didn't mess them up using the punch or anything. Again, like, I'm just a guy on the internet. I don't know everything here. I don't claim to be a pro. Just trying to help people out with the, if anybody's out there struggling with this stuff. So yeah, these pressed in real nice. So just wanted to show y'all the difference. This thing will zoom. The difference between the new and the old. Old on the left, new on the right. See the difference in the thickness of the gasket. So this, you know, this old one is worn down. It's probably original. Hey guys, here we are replacing the little gaskets on our valve cover bolts. And like I said before, man, just didn't even fight with these old ones. Just cut them off. And then put the new ones on. You know, they give you the new washer. I just trash the old washer, and then the gasket. I separate them just so it's easier for me to manipulate. And then I got this kind of makeshift vise here because I'm too poor to buy a vise yet. I'll put the bolt down because it just makes it easier to go to on this gasket. Grease it up a little bit, easier to put on. It goes pointy side down. Little screwdriver. Gonna go in bottom. Pull it up over the lip. You guys can see that, yeah. Then you're just gonna pull it over and then rotate. Rotate it around.
Over that lip.
That's just, I mean, clamping it down just makes it so much easier because you can really just, all you have to do is worry about manipulating the screwdriver. And that's how you did that. So, almost done. About to apply the RTV like the manual says, and I will show you guys the page for valve cover removal and installation here. Let's see if I can get a shot for you guys so you can just pause the screen. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna hold the phone. So yeah, those steps, and then it continues on up here. And just pause the video. Apply RTV to the four corners where the cover goes over the front and rear camshaft caps. When you go to put this thing back in, you know, so we're on, but you know, there's still a gap here, and it's because the spark plug tube grommets here are not fully seated. So like this one, you can see, you can see the metal tube is actually, you know, you can see the whole lip of the grommet around here, but here on this one, for example, you can still see that the metal of the tube hasn't fully come up through there. So you gotta, you know, done all three of these. Is the last one here. And I just use the kind of smooth end of my pick here, and I, you know, kind of pick up the cover itself, and then I'll push that down. You know, I'll be pushing this down until that tube can pop through. So I just wanted to show you, I can't do it while holding the the camera, but I just wanted to point that out. But you'll want to make sure that all those spark plug tubes or grommets are through, and they look something like that. Alright.